Hey, what's up, guys? Good afternoon, I'm Yalek, and we're going to spend a little bit more time today on my mid-level Boom Raider account talking about, I believe, the last day of the deployable turrets. I have found these to be variously useful. Now, variously useful in operations at this level, not so much at the high level. And definitely useful against player bases where there are very often gaps in coverage that you can exploit. On a map like this, so did our op last night, we're doing Venus Flytrap because for some reason we can't get intel. Gotta look into that. Anyway, so this was a perfect kind of map for the deployable turret. You'll notice that these rockets up front do not range beyond these rockets over to the left. The rockets in the back, there are gaps. The laser only reaches so far. So this seems like the perfect kind of a setup for using the deployable turrets. I threw two over to the left here because honestly I was a little bit worried about the damage. I should have gotten away with just one. And meanwhile let those work. Kill the rockets up front, and then that laser, just get away from the laser. The laser ends up being a continual problem throughout the attack. If you look left, meanwhile, the two deployable turrets are still doing their work, and now they have just finished off the three rockets that way. So we're flaring to get away from everything, gather up some more GBE here. We'll put that in 4x mode for this, so that we can try to clean up in the back and make a run at the core. Again, flaring up and away from the laser because lasers suck. And finally flare straight onto it to make sure that that gets down. After that, there's really nothing left here to bother me. But perfect setup for using the deployable turret on a wide open, even on higher level op maps. Occasionally there are turrets like that that have blind spots. You need the ones with blind slots, like machine guns, but you could drop one of these in the midst of 4 machine guns and wait. The only problem with that is high level ops. The turrets have, the towers and defenses have so much health that it would take a year and a day to accomplish anything really useful with these. Again, I like them, but I wish that actually we need to go over here. I wish that their firing speed were a little bit faster or their damage were a little bit higher. Firing speed is sort of equivalent to a tank, and at 532 damage per shot at a really slow firing speed, you're not getting quite as much as you could potentially. So if this were more like a Doom cannon shooting very slowly, it would be a cool thing. Or if this thing shot faster, like say halfway between a Zook and a tank, this could really be a nasty, nasty ability. However, such as it is, we have still been able to get some good run out of having these things around. So take one look at this base and you immediately know that there are going to be spots. You see all the GBE stashed around the corners here. You know that there are going to be spots where you can exploit. He's got his boom cannons pulled in, he's got his cannons out front, so the only things in the back going to be shooting me are going to be rockets, single rockets. So this back corner looks pretty nice to me. This spot looks pretty tasty. If you get to about here, you can gain positive GBE. I actually made a tiny mistake over here. I could have been in a tiny bit, and if I'd probably gotten exactly right there, I could have gotten even more GBE out of this guy. So we're going to put that in 2x mode and let it run. So we've got one down on the left, now one on the right, another about to go down on the left, so that's 3. I've used 15 GBE for this. There are 2 towers. So we're now at 4, and we're now at 5. So we're now back to even on these, and anything that they kill from here on out is a net gain in GBE for me. So there's another, that's +3, +6 over on the left. Up in the corner, we're about to hit +9. +12 over on the left. Back over here, +15. That's +18. And now here's where I made a mistake, because this guy turns. It turns towards the nearest defense, or the nearest building. They target defenses first, which is interesting, and then buildings after. He has no defenses in range, so this turret targets this building, but can't actually fire because I was ever so slightly out of range. So I could have easily been in range of those 3 towers by being right about here, and then I would have been able to pick up at least 6 more GBE with these 2 wood storages. Tiny mistake, but I'm going to say we're at plus 18, and residence is going to go down, so that's going to put us at least plus 21 on GBE for this attack. And we're out of things to attack over there. Nothing else is in range. So plus 21, and it could have been plus 27. We've done some mine clearing down here. Moving quickly, because with the low level smokes, you don't have much time to sit around and wait. Did a reflare to try to get the heavies out front, spamming critters out there, farming up GBE. Sorry, tongue twister. And just working my way around this base until I get a nice clear spot where my Zooks can have at the HQ. Again, not likely for me at my level without this extra gunboat ability. I think of all of these things so far as GBE extenders. The speed serum might be slightly different, but the cryo bomb was a GBE extender in the sense that you could chuck it at somebody's base and clear out like a third of the area of the base worth of mines. So instead of wasting 20 GBE, you just throw, was it 3, 5, 7? I don't even remember what the cryo bomb was. Super Warrior, same thing. You could GBE extender because you could throw it at the back of the base and farm up a whole bunch of extra GBE. And the same with these guys. This guy I didn't end up, that's my mini account. My 20, so about 25, took down a 42 there. It's just a weird base layout. I'm not going to show the whole battle, but I mean, he was pretty much asking to be beaten here. Just here, start over in this corner and follow around the side and use all that GBE that he's giving you to take out the towers that you're interested in removing. And yeah, but just offensive statues, so I think he was more or less giving it away to anybody who was smart enough to know what they were doing, which is fine. I don't mind that. And then one from this morning. This one was not totally clean. Again, kind of base. You can just look at it right off, and you know, based on the clustering of economy buildings in the back of this base and the clustering of defenses forward in this base, that there's going to be lots of opportunity for these guys to work. So really the only question here is where to place the turret to try to get maximum GBE out of it. I decided to go, I mean, there's actually nothing at all shooting at me right here, but so in range we're looking at probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and at least 14 buildings in range of that turret. Could have thrown 2 for time purposes, but I threw the 1 and let it run. Had the plan over here that I was going to throw another one to try to distract this guy later on in the attack. And really, the only thing that I'm worried about at this point is the blaster, because I can stay out of range of the hot pot. So we're going to come at him from, I would call it 6 o'clock, and try to keep that blaster and rocket shock together. Why do I have this in 1 times mode? In fact, at this point, we should probably have this in 4 times mode, because there is just one turret out there. I've spent 5 GBE on him, and he has so far gotten me 1, 2, 3, 4, working on his 5th building now, so I'm already up 10. And I let this go for a bit. Ended up getting pretty close on time. I had to just flare the core and do a rush because I saw it was down to about 30 seconds. But we got him. So, could have kept that going still even. I mean, there's more to attack up there. But in the interest of time, 1 minute and 16 seconds left on the clock there. In the interest of time, I decided that it would probably be best to just get moving on this. So, like I said, trying to avoid the hot pot, trying to keep the blaster and rocket shocked. Here's my mistake. You've got 2 flamethrowers over here. I tried to flare the rocket launcher that was on this spot, it was still alive when I tried to flare it, but it died almost instantly, and so now I'm flared to a spot, and I'm just walking directly into the path of a flamethrower, and I'm throwing medkits like crazy trying to keep alive here. This would have been far more impressive had I not done that. And the rocket was going down anyway, so that was dumb of me. But flare off to the side, just flaring away from the things that can hurt me right now, and trying to collect up GBE for some kind of a rush. So we see we're just shocking the core here and straight for the HQ, throughout a turret, trying to buy a couple extra seconds just so that my Zooks would have time to take down that HQ. But got him. A little bit close. I think it was like 6 seconds remaining, but we got him. And actually, well, I mean close, but not all that close. So what do we want to do here? That's still a day off, and I think that needs a whole bunch of stuff. We could save up for Vault. Yeah, I think we'll save up and work on Vault next. So, anyway, I am really enjoying these guys, or I should say I have enjoyed them, because we're almost done with them. Tomorrow, I believe we get the Speed Serum, and these guys will go away. Speed Serum should be entirely different from the kinds of special abilities we've had so far, but I am looking forward to it. I think it'll be especially fun with op attacks, so we'll be looking for some really cool videos having to do with that, because people are going to be out there with Brick and Speed Serum doing incredible damage. Not necessarily me, people. But anyway, this whole event has been spectacular. The Troop Mania 90% off has been amazing. Just attacks for days, and you don't run out of gold. And on my big account, we've had a crazy number of hoppers on our last 2 ops, because hoppers can basically have a field day with this, because it's not costing them much of anything to go out there and hop attack. So the whole event has been really, really cool. Have enjoyed it greatly, so thank you, Supercell. Hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. I'm Yalek, and you have a great day. I'm out.